The Pokemon World Championship is the biggest tournament of the year, with top players from all around the globe converging to test their skills and compete for up to $50,000. Qualifying for the World Championships is no easy task, requiring trainers to compete and succeed in local, regional, and international championships throughout the entire year. The 2024 World Championships ended up being the largest Worlds ever, with over 3,000 players competing for the chance to become a World Champion. Qualifying for Worlds is already a task that requires constant dedication throughout the year, but what happens once you qualify? How do top players test for the toughest tournament of the year? I followed one of Dead Draw Gaming's testing group's journey preparing and competing in the World Championships, documenting their friendships, their process, and all the ups and downs along the way. Our journey starts in Chicago, Illinois, 1 month before the World Championships. Notably, the gap between the previous tournament, the North American International Championships, and Worlds was almost twice as long as it was last year. As a result, our players had already been hard at work testing for Worlds, but they gathered in Chicago for a bootcamp session to test quickly and efficiently. Over the course of 4 days, they tested tons of decks and matchups to help solidify their deck choice for Worlds.
Hey, my name is Andrew Hedrick, and I'm 20 years old from the state of Iowa. I've been playing Pokemon since around 2011 when Black and White came out.
Hi, I'm Michael Davidson. I'm 17, and this is going to be my third World Championships and my first as a Master.
Yo, what's up? My name is Gabriel Smart, also known as SmartTCG. I'm a 21-year-old professional Pokemon player from Northern California, and this is currently my full-time job. So for how long I've played Pokemon, I've always, kind of had the impression of, doing things in a group is something that I think makes, success significantly easier to do. And I really wanted to create a testing group when I was a younger player. I didn't necessarily have the accomplishments back when I was a junior and senior, so I kind of had to find like information, kind of like just like the internet and stuff like that. But when I started to see more success, I met a bunch of really cool players who ended up actually becoming some of my closest friends. Specifically, Andrew Hedrick was someone who I met actually all the way back in 2020, played in an online tournament, and I played against him. Nobody really knew who he was at the time. This was way back during the COVID season when things were just on the Limitless platform, and I played against him and he destroyed me, and I was like, whoa, I got completely destroyed, right? And I ended up actually getting in contact with him, and we started to talk and stuff like that, and we actually formed a really close friendship over the COVID years from 2020 towards up until in real life play restarted in 2022, and we actually started to form a testing group. It started off admittedly pretty small. It was just me, him, Nick Moffat, and a couple other people. However, throughout the past year or so, it's expanded all the way up to 10, and it's pretty much just a bunch of friends. That's one of the most important things is that we're a friend group first, and we obviously like to play Pokemon and we see success, but really I think trying to find a group of people that I really vibe with, and people that kind of have the same goals. Really just wanting to go into every tournament with the best list possible, really something that we feel that we put tons of time in, just, kind of like that motivation, so they all, kind of have that motivation, and the group was born, and, we've been seeing plenty of success. So
what drives me as a competitor, I feel like someone, obviously it's not just one thing, but one of the biggest things is being a competitor in Pokemon at the highest level gives you a chance at being one of the best in the world at something. And that's a really difficult thing to acquire in life, to just actually be amongst the top of your field in any sport or any activity. So I think the fact that Pokemon gives you that opportunity, and you make lifelong friends, and the prizing is pretty good too. I think Pokemon is it's a really good opportunity for me.
I would say I really like the chance to win something, the chance to beat people at something. Whenever I can get my friends to play anything, stuff like basketball, I try to get them to play that with me, even if I'm not that good at it. But Pokemon is just something that I have been really good at, and so I really because I want to win, and that's something that I'm good at. I enjoy trying to find ways to win as often as possible.
Okay, Stan, are we using Cure this turn? I think we are, but
How is Curum better than Dragapult?
Because we're gonna get fanned. Oh, I guess we can. We're gonna get fanned.
Do you have an E-switch left?
No, we don't. Well, it's
it is
prized.
prized.
Okay, sure. Okay, then we're not supposed to cure. Okay.
But you thought we had one left?
There is one left.
It's
It's
prized.
just prize.
But I don't get why we're supposed to care.
I think you're just supposed to
if we
try.
don't have any resources left, I think we would.
Yeah.
It's gonna get fanned. Okay, Dragapult.
Well, also you could attach a tree to this if this is out.
Wait. No.
I don't know if you have grasses left though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We have one prize. But yeah.
Yeah, but you have some left too. Are you just
How
attaching?
many
Yeah.
energy do we price on
Oh,
this
okay,
stuff?
fanning. And I can just fan here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just draw. Pretty good. Pretty damn
How many
good.
energy do we price?
One more. We started with 3 prizes, I think. You need like Penny, Countercatcher, Pidgeot.
Unless you're a hint.
Okay, this play is definitely better. The play that
What are your energies left? You have
we have 1 grass left.
What the prime catcher play?
And also theoretically a third.
E-switch.
We theoretically a third.
The prime catcher play?
Is it
Yes,
fire?
that's
Is it
right.
fire? E-switch grass.
Theoretically, we have fiery switch grass.
But you also have a superior.
Yes,
But you might not. Fire, E-switch
there's none
grass.
of this card.
Okay, fire, E-switch grass, and superior. Okay.
So you need to like
Okay.
you need to like double buff.
So our testing group has been working with one another for a while, since the start of the season for sure. But we never really like made a dedicated effort to play the same decks. Like usually 1 or 2 of us would play the same deck, but never like as a group working on one deck and all committing to playing it. But starting with around EUIC, we were testing this Charizard control-ish deck. And we thought it was really good. It was winning a lot of games in testing, and we thought the matches were pretty good. And we ended up almost all underperforming with it. But it was like the first time like as a group that we all decided we would play the same deck. And we really like thought that the testing process at least and the decision process we made was pretty effective, even though the result wasn't really what we wanted. And we definitely all could have put more effort in, played more games with the deck, started generating ideas like that sooner, because Brent, Tonneson, and some of their testing group, they had a similar deck to ours, but they had been playing it for months. And we just found like a similar idea right before the tournament. So we had way less time with the deck, and ultimately that's probably what led to us doing worse. But after that, we had Indy, which Andrew Hedrick had been testing Dialga for almost 2 months at the time. And while we all kind of thought it was a meme at first, when he was so dedicated to testing it, and like he was winning so many games in testing against like matchups that on paper, if you didn't know much about Dialga, like wouldn't even seem like favored, and he was just destroying them, like almost everyone started really considering the deck. And I think it really was at Indy that the first time that Andrew Hedrick was also there, and we were all committing to playing the same deck. So we had multiple seniors make top 8. I broke my 64 curse, which was pretty, it meant a lot to me, because it meant maybe I'm not just like chalked. And then Andrew obviously won the tournament with the deck that he had been perfecting for months. So that was really satisfying for the whole group to see that. And then NAIC, probably the most dominant that we had ever been. We worked on our Lost Box deck for pretty much since before LA, so for a while. Most of us didn't commit to it like super early, but at least like over a week in advance, everyone was like almost locked on the Lost Box deck. And yeah, our testing group did super well as a whole. We had Hedrick obviously win. Andrew Gantner made top 8 with a couple cards off, but he was still working on the original 60. I mean, I made day 2 and I lost my winning in to ID into the top 64, but I started out 2, so I was still somewhat proud of how my tournament went. We had all 4 seniors who had worked on the deck. They all made top 8. It felt really good for the group to commit to one deck, play that same 60, and almost everyone did well.
Becoming a world champion would be the ultimate goal. I actually have a couple of friends who are world champions, and that's always something that, I wanted to strive for, because I was someone, like when I grew up, as I said, I didn't necessarily have a ton of opportunities. Like I grew up watching so many of the players that I look up to, seeing like so much success and just like being able to, reach that mountaintop would just mean so much to me because I put in, like so much time. I mean, I oftentimes am playing like 8 to 10 hours a day, it seems like. So I think also like for the people that look up to me, doing it for them, I do a lot of coaching and like a lot of the students, like really look up to me. So doing it for them also would mean so much, just, kind of validating myself, but, also showing them, that I'm one of the strongest players in the world. So, it's kind of like one thing, like when it comes like my selfish reasons, like really want to do it for myself, but like also for them as well. And like my friends have just been so supportive, like of me, like my sponsors and stuff like that. And they've put, so much faith into me. So like winning worlds would just, yeah, it would be so cool. It'd be so cool. So yeah.
To me, becoming a world champion, it's like a huge goal. It's basically like the end goal in Pokemon. It's something that would mean like the world to me, but I know I still have time. So obviously, I mean, I don't expect it to happen this year at all, but I still want to push for it and do as much as I can to test for that to be a possibility, because if I don't put in the work, it would never happen. So I do want to practice as much as I can, but I think I need to improve a lot on just like small things, just need to see more improve like as a player before I even like have to consider that as like ever a realistic goal.
There are so many great players in the game that I'm like, a little bit nervous to face each tournament that I want to be able to beat and to become a world champion. That would mean you get to say that you were better than all of them for the biggest tournament of the year in a season. And that would be a really incredible thing to do.
One of my main inspirations, honestly, is Andrew. And even though we're friends, like I still look up to him because he's like the most hardworking player I've ever met, always like doing whatever he can to like improve. And I've never seen anyone like sit down like he does and just like play as many games as they can with their deck. Even with like other commitments, like he still always finds the time to just like play with the deck. And it really like, it clearly pays off for him. And I think that's what really has inspired me to like put more effort into like actually testing, because for a while I was just like showing up to events, like playing a similar 60 as my last event, especially with Guardy, and I was like really not seeing the success that I was going for. I wasn't like doing terrible at the tournaments, but I wasn't able to like break through into higher finishes. But it's just because I wasn't putting in the work for that to actually make that happen. And I think after seeing Andrew win Indy and seeing the work and all the work that he put in before that to make that happen, I think that's really what it has inspired me to like in the future to put way more work into just playing more games, more dedicated testing, and just trying to become a better player overall.
How do you feel about kind of being that like role model player of the group? How does that make you feel?
That definitely makes you feel good, and it's really cool that everyone on the team kind of, looks at me as like the role model of the group. And, I'm obviously using all of them as well to help me. We're all kind of working together because without them, we wouldn't be able to make the decks quite as good, make the list quite as refined without all of their work going into it as well and making everything better.
This judge is gonna cook them, so it's all good.
Discard Arbor this trick.
What? I'm getting it. He's playing Arbor.
Yeah. I disagree.
This game sucks. I hate this game. This is unbelievable. You do not play Eerie there. It's a 3-card hand.
I'm always playing Eerie.
No, I'm always playing terrible. This is unbelievable.
That is my good.
Bro, you looked at the hand.
I got it and look at your hand.
Your hand was on the table the whole time.
Yes, because I was like trying to show there's only 3 cards. You shouldn't Eerie here. Now I'm gonna punish you, bro.
Bro, it was like the most obvious Eerie ever.
No shot. You guys are
You
so
discarded boss.
Well, yeah, I guess.
No shot.
Bro, like even if you like have nothing, like we're still just getting rid of cards.
Yeah, I do have to leave that.
Bro, you're not setting
I guess I can't.
We don't need to set up, bro. You are not drawing cards. We have like infinite time. Dude.
I didn't get the
This is some rigged gameplay
It's
here.
because like, I had 3 cards in haste.
This is some
rigged
game.
Yeah, you got to pick which card you discarded with that is 3. Obviously.
Obviously some raid gameplay.
Do I get this?
From the Snorlax and Master himself.
Masterclass.
See, Gabe, this is why you do not have a map.
Yeah, you can keep Guardians.
What? Bro, he's hacking. He's hacking, bro. That's crazy.
I don't think you opted to
Pretty
cut.
obscure lines.
Don't matter.
Yeah, nobody's gonna play it, yeah.
Say on God you didn't stack that.
On God, on God.
Yeah.
I'm just built different.
Well, I think it's probably still fine. No, but you could like still like double.
Hi, I'm Caleb Rogerson. I'm a new player for Team DDG. Been playing for about 8 years, and this is going to be, I believe, my 4th World Championships here in Honolulu.
Yeah, hi, I'm Neo. I'm on Team DDG. I'm from California, and I recently got top 8 at LA.
Right now, we're kind of locking in, preparing. We're kind of the last chance to test out all of our decks and figure out what we're playing for Worlds. Still need to make the final decisions. Right now, I would say I'm leaning towards Reggie Drago. Iron Thorns is kind of interesting. I'm considering that a little bit still, but I think I'll play Reggie Drago, but there's still a lot of different options in the deck as well. It feels like there's like 10 extra cards that like are all like actually good cards that could go in the deck, which is pretty interesting, but it's hard to get down to a 60 card list.
Hopped in the cab, here I am for the first time. And I see the Hollywood sign.
Can you hurry up, bro? Bro, you're already slow playing. The round has started by now. Sing it, Andrew.
Cheesy song was on, and the cheesy song was on.
No, not temple.
My hands up, they're playing my song. My fly away. Nodding my head like yeah. Moving my hips like yeah. Hands up, playing my song, and everything's gonna be okay. Yeah. It's a party in the USA. It's a party in the USA. Like yeah. Hands up, they're playing my song, and everything's gonna be okay. Yeah.
It's a party in the USA. Isn't it crazy that's like the day before Worlds and we're saying party in the USA in a private room? Not that crazy if you ask me. I don't know, it's pretty crazy. No, but now we're locked in.
And pass.
For my emotions, I would say I'm a slightly nervous, more excited because I have been playing a lot, and I just look forward to see what I can do tomorrow. If I lose a round, I kind of just tell myself that if I played well and my deck like just didn't really function, I just kind of tell myself that it wasn't really my fault. And if I played good, then I don't care as much about the outcome. But if I play bad, then I'll definitely be mad at myself.
Well, it's okay. So if you're rolling iron here for 200, then can't you go cure him for 4?
Well, you have a Generator, so you can move off damage so Kirim doesn't kill it.
Yeah, because you do 200, then it heals 60.
Yeah.
So 140. Okay, so this is fine. Yeah, okay. So this is okay. So I think this is safe. Because like I also have a second Toro on my deck anyways. So like if you're just rolling iron, I should be able to find it. Okay. That's like interesting, but we'll see.
I mean, yeah. I don't think you can ever lose if you hit me here.
Yeah, because I have
and
another.
then if you evolve, you could probably just evolve that Curlia.
I could just go another. Yeah, I've already.
I think so.
I should know. No.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, no, I haven't because I haven't had anything.
I know you. I'm pretty sure you ninja though.
Yeah, you took a prize card last turn.
I think I still win with just like
For this World Championships, I feel like I've done a lot of preparation. So actually, like, overall, I feel very prepared compared to some of the people that are going to be competing. I feel like I'll probably have played a lot more games than a lot of the people. However, I do think that some of my testing was kind of wasted. Like, it's hard to say that testing was wasted because it's always trying ideas and seeing if they'll work, but I do feel like some of the ideas that I tried, I was stuck on for a little too long, and now at this point I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to play, but I'm down to similar choices to some of the other people in the group. Kind of looking at Reggie Drago, and even the Iron Thorn stack has been one that I've been testing a lot in these past few days. So those two, I know Snorlax is something that's like in the back of some of our minds, and Benny's been on that for a little while. So I think that's something that is interesting, but it's not one of my top choices right now. I do think that a lot of people play Lugia and Reggie Drago, so those are the two decks at the top of my mind when preparing right now.
Because you can go like
it's three-shotting like a caped ogre.
Also, if you that's probably better because like you can also fan Penny and then
Oh, I think my deck. Bro, I'm unsure if Aleki or Manto's deck. I was actually thinking about like running a Colress, whatever it's called, Colress Tenacity. Yeah, because it can get like Stadium and like Jet. I don't know. It's like not. It's like fine.
Yeah.
No way. That is crazy.
Do we miss?
Yes! Well, I think I'm going to use the V-Star.
All right, we're back in the game.
Sure, pal.
You just gotta believe, Neo. You gotta believe. You gotta believe. That is
wow.
Prime Catcher, Super Energy Switch. I'm cooking.
Did you just say Super Energy Switch?
Super duper Energy Switch.
You were alive when that comes.
Ooh.
Oh.
This is very nice.
Yo, chill.
Counter Catcher.
What is this glaze?
The emotions I'm kind of feeling right now, I would say stress, definitely is one of them. I'd probably say excitement as well. This is my 4th World Championships. I'm going to be competing in. The best I've done at Worlds was top 32. Back in 2022, I got pretty close to making top 8. So hopefully, going to try and, I guess, have a deeper run this year. Last year was actually my worst performance ever at Worlds. I didn't necessarily draw too well in some, pretty bad matchups. I feel like my preparation could have been better. So, really trying to make this one count. This is also the biggest World Championship we've ever had as well. So, definitely is going to be the one that I really want to do well at, but I guess a little bit of nervousness and excitement as well.
I'm pretty excited to get another chance to do well at the World Championships. Didn't go super well last year, but hopefully I can make a better run this year.
I would say I'm more nervous than I was. Like a couple weeks ago, before the online tournament started, I felt like I had a good grasp on this meta, but some of the things that I'd kind of been keeping to our testing group kind of got revealed, like the strength of Lugia was one of them, and also the neutralization zone center, or whatever that stadium is called. That one against Reggie Drago was one of our like kind of Hail Mary cards that we were trying in block lax. But since the online tournaments, people played that in Gardevoir and Lugia popped up, so more people are starting to play Temple of Sinnoh and Reggie Drago, so that idea kind of fell apart. But I do think that still I've played a ton of games, so I'm feeling okay heading into this World, and I think that if I make the right choice, I can go pretty far.
Just one touch. Now, baby, I believe this is real. So take a chance.
Defiance Bane is just for the bolt, like no?
For Drago.
For Drago. So you go
You
double
set up
monkey
stupid
plus
math.
Bane.
Well, what you do is usually you can't set up 2 monkey, so you go like monkey move and then you hit for 220, and the next turn you kill with monkey.
Oh, you're saying monkey plus Bane, and the next turn you kill with monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, tandem for 250. Okay, I don't hate that. And nobody's really playing like vacuum or whatever. You're not playing any way to get the tool back, right? One use, that's it. Yeah.
It's very good though.
Yeah.
It's
And you're just playing the Scream Tail, no drifting.
it's Screamtail, Fluttermane, and Gardevoir EX.
At least you won't have to worry about finding attackers.
I'm just playing Dragapult. I'll hit your action for 190 and put 60 on the bench Pokemon.
That's a good way to do it. You're playing Dragon Ball.
I'm playing Dragapult with a better draw engine.
With a better draw engine. That's true. That's true.
What's he playing?
Bro, he's playing
Shaman V-Star, Dusknoir.
This sounds broken. You
Pumps
power
the
up
Dusknoirs and powers up the
Shaman.
damage with Shaman and Overclock.
I don't even know if you beat him. I don't know how he's.
There's probably, I don't know what the numbers are, but like, the math is probably got to be relevant versus Drago.
It's like the Ogerpon
I don't know how
Dusknoir
much
deck.
HP Shaman V-Star even has.
Like 250, I think, bro.
That's got to be
It's
tough.
weak.
1-0 so far, so I guess 2-0 total. I got the bye with the top 16.
And you're at 101.
101, yeah.
So I just started playing this round, and I played a Regidrago mirror match. I was feeling pretty bad after the first game because I kind of threw. It was kind of a weird situation where I had prized a fire energy, and I saw one in my deck at the beginning of the turn. So I thought there was one in my deck when I V-starred one away, and then I was left with none. And I should have just rotted it back, and if I had, I probably would have won. But I just had to pick up my cards and go to the next game, and I was able to 2-0 him, which is pretty sick.
I don't know. I felt like I was less prepared going into round 2 because my opponent had like already warmed up and they played a game and I had it. I don't know. It feels a little bit weird to have the bye. I'd rather play round 1 if I was like guaranteed to win, right? Because it just like get like in the feeling of playing the game.
Yeah. I think Andrew's right, but I also just like sat in my hotel in my bed up until like 30 minutes before round 2, so that was kind of sick. I think I prefer having the bye because I can just like get out later, you know? Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I'll take
even
it for you.
even if I was gonna win,
Oh, okay.
because I don't have to show up until round 2's up.
You missed the opening ceremony.
I watched on my phone. They delayed it like twice.
These internet kids.
Well, I wanted to. I was telling Andrew last night. I was like, I want to watch the opening ceremony, and he was like, I'm gonna get some extra sleep. And I was like, oh, that's fire.
Who would have thought of that?
We're in round 5, or we just finished round 5. I'm 4-1. My one loss is to a Raging Bull, but my games are pretty close. He had in one of the games, he had the turn 1 Prime Catcher kill on my Drago. Another game, I had like a really slow start, but I almost came back into it, but I ended up falling short in that one. But won on my other round, so 4-1.
I'm 3-2, not doing so good. Have to win out. I've just not been drawing too good. I got donked by Zard. I won catch here and pass, but I think the deck's pretty good. I hit a Pidgey control.
Okay, how'd that go?
I just got turn 2 Dragapult both games, so yeah, I just win if I do that.
What's your record?
3-2.
What's your record?
3-2. I lost to Mooney.
Are you guys also 6-2? Like, you need to go 6-2.
Yeah, so they only have 2 rounds tomorrow.
You get to go 2-0-1.
Yeah.
You get to.
You get to go 2-0-1.
Probably not.
I could go 1-2.
But I might take a strategic idea.
It's top. Let's just spin the next 2, Mama.
If I win the next one, let's
I don't
double
think so.
ID.
Maybe for you guys.
I think it's seniors, so it makes sense.
Is there cash for 32 in seniors?
Yeah.
Wait,
It's the cash is the same as
like
Masters.
5,000?
Yes.
Okay, so you should okay.
That's actually insane.
Yeah, you guys can't do it.
Are you sure it's the same?
It is the same. It's been the same.
was
It's just
last
now it's increased.
Well, that's such cap, though.
I'm 4-0-1.
I'm 3-1-1, so I have to win my next 3. I can't tie at all, so have to win out. We'll see.
I could go 1-0-2, go 5-0-3. The hope is just to win
couple more though.
Yeah, no, it's been a little bit shaky. I've lost to some pretty interesting cards. I lost to a Thornton that I wasn't expecting in a Charizard deck. I hit a Snorlax Stall, which was definitely a really scary matchup, but I drew pretty well against it. And yeah, things have been going okay. I just played against a Miraidon, did pretty well against that. So yeah, hoping to get these next 3. I can't really tie. And the deck I'm playing is pretty slow. I'm playing Gardevoir, so trying to play pretty quickly with the deck to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, as for me, I've hit a bunch of Regidrago mirrors. I'm playing Regidrago. I've beaten 3 other Regidragos, got the round 1 bye, and then tied against a Raging Bolt, which is a close matchup, but not favored for me, so tie's okay. And for the next few rounds, just hoping to maybe dodge Lugia. It's an okay matchup, but not the one I want to hit. Hit some more mirrors, Charizard, Gardevoir. I'd be fine seeing any of those.
I think that's being able to scoop early, like recognizing when like the chances that I win are probably less than 30%, because there's, for example, if I was in a spot where I could take a tie, like if I was in a spot where, maybe I only had a 30 or 40% chance to win the game, I still probably play it out. But in this situation, I have to be super, super careful. I have to play, pretty quick as well. So yeah, definitely a lot of pressure for sure. There's a decent amount of pretty solid matchups for me though. I think the Lugia matchup is, pretty strong for Gardevoir. I'm just kind of hoping to dodge those Regidragos, as that's actually my 1 loss as of right now. The matchup was, felt pretty close. However, I unfortunately wasn't able to pull it off. So hoping to dodge Regidrago, hoping to hit some Lugias. My tech for that matchup, so we'll see.
I just finished round 5. I'm 3-0-2 now. Managed to take a weight against a Lost Box deck last round. That's a pretty good matchup for Regidrago. The round before that, I tied a Lugia. That one's pretty close. Probably played a little bit too slow, so we didn't have enough time to finish game 3. But still in it. We'll see what happens. Can't take another loss. It definitely is kind of scary. After I won game 1 of my last set, I was feeling pretty good because I knew at least I wouldn't be eliminated off the next game. But yeah, it's a little bit scary, but I just got to keep playing each round the same. I mean, it's pretty good. I haven't lost a round yet. And one of my ties, if I played faster, I maybe could have got to a win game 3. So, it feels pretty good. I feel like my list is pretty good and fairly happy with what I ended up on.
All right, Michael, you just completed your last round of Swiss day 1 at the World Championships here in Honolulu, Hawaii. How'd it go? What just happened?
I beat Etchy, who's one of the best Japanese players, one of the best players in the world. I donked him game 1, so that was pretty fortunate. And I think he whiffed a Turo on a really important turn, game 2. And I was just able to close it out with the Kyurem for 4 prizes. And yeah, pretty quick 2-0. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I kind of expected it. Like I put in the work, so I'm happy that my hard work paid off, even though I definitely could have put more in. But yeah, I'm really happy, and I hope to do well tomorrow and maybe cash.
How do you feel about the performance of the team overall? Because I know a lot of, at least your testing group, right? A lot of you played Regidrago.
I don't think it went quite as well as we would have hoped. I think we all started pretty well, like almost 4-2 or better. But I know a couple people lost the last round. But we had at least a couple people that also were on there winning in this round. Just praying that the matchups go my way tomorrow for the most part. Get enough sleep, that I play correctly.
Yeah, so I finished the day with a 6-1-1 record. I lost to the reigning world champion, Gabriel Fernandez, and his Ancient Box deck. And I also tied a former international champion in Polaris Alteris. But other than that, I got the other 6 wins fairly easily. I had one rough match, which was Snorlax Mirror, where basically I had to just like Reggie Lecky keep on looping like Team Yell's cheer stuff, and I was able to run him out of resources. So that was a really close match. But then other than that, yeah, had a really good day and excited to go into tomorrow.
All right, Andrew, how was your day? I know you tied a lot.
Yeah, I ended up 5-0-3, just enough to get into day 2. Those 3 ties kind of unfortunate. Had to win the last 2, and that included a gentleman's round 7, so shout out to Dalton for giving me the win on the board state. And then round 8, I was able to take down Ancient Box, which is actually a pretty close matchup for Reggie Drago. But I was able to get to a lone Reggie Drago board state and use Gudra to attack, and then he wasn't able to do enough damage with his Ancient Box deck. It can't get that high. So I was able to close out the game that way. So overall, pretty excited to get to go to day 2. I definitely made some mistakes today, but I also made some pretty good plays at the end of games when I needed to. So that was good.
Ended up 6-0-2, just winning this last round against Stefan Ivanov's Miraidon deck. And I honestly pretty happy with that because I didn't even know what I was playing. Going into like Thursday, I was still between a couple decks, and I was pretty happy where I ended on Friday night with the Reggie Drago list. Andrew putting the most work into that, and I feel like my play was pretty good. Obviously made some mistakes along the way. The deck is honestly fairly difficult to play, but I think I played pretty well and got rewarded for that. Pretty happy to make it into day 2. I feel like our deck choice with the Reggie Drago is pretty good going into day 2 because with our list, it feels like most of the matchups are at least 50-50. The most sketchy being like the Lugia and Snorlax matchups, but even then, those ones are close. And Raging Bolt may be one of the more concerning matchups, but definitely still winnable. I think I'm in a pretty good position for day 2. Just hope that the cards go my way, and at the very least, try for a top 32. But I'm really running for that top 8.
Hedrick, obviously same 60. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I definitely feel pretty good. I feel pretty confident about the list that we put together. I probably wasn't completely perfect, but I think pretty much every card that was in the deck helped me out today. I had some capacity. I think I used every single card in the deck to help me win games, so that was good. Definitely going to be a tough fight tomorrow. Don't have any huge expectations, but I'll be trying to win all my rounds and see where I can end up.
And then for you, Benny, you still feeling the block?
So I'm feeling good about my deck for sure. Some of the matchups tomorrow that I can hit are going to be pretty sketchy. I know that there's a Pidgeot control in my record, which I want to try and avoid. But other than that, I play my deck very well. It's been running very well so far as well. So I'm just going to take it into tomorrow, hoping for the best, but preparing for the worst.